It is time for Fate Stay Night Rialta Nua. I don't want to give big introductions or prefaces to my gaming videos because they're just for fun and to catalog the stuff I played, but I want to say I did watch Fate Zero sporadically on Hulu. It just popped up after looking up a bunch of stuff for the ending of Fate Zero, because while I think it's the best thing I've ever watched, and you can see my review on that, it was very confusing, so I had to look up some stuff. But so many people say you need to play this first. That doesn't make sense to me. I always thought you watch or play things in chronological order, not by the date that the thing was made, but the date that it actually takes place in the series. So we're doing this now. It's my launch pad. I looked up some voice acting already for some of the characters that appear here, so we should be pretty good for hearing some terrible voice acting from yours truly, who you just met, probably. It was a thrust like lightning. A spearhead thrust to pierce my heart. Trying to dodge it would be useless. Being lightning, it's invisible to the human eye. No. Have you not seen lightning before? Hello? Okay, but the lightning that tries to pierce me is repelled by the moonlight that tries to save me. How poetic. Clang, a beautiful sound. No, the sound before me is heavier than steel. The armor she is wearing is not beautiful at all, and as unrefined as the cold night. The sound wasn't beautiful at all. Okay, I'm starting to see the type of person we're dealing with here. Contradictory. That's fine. It was actually the sound of steel. It's just that the night is beautiful enough to turn it into a charming sound like a bell. Now it's a charming sound. Triple contradiction. Hooray. That's who we're dealing with here. It's Artoria.
I ask of you, are you my master?
She asks in a voice that lights up the darkness. Oh, look at this.
I have come forth in response to your summons. From this time forward, my sword shall be with you, and your fate shall be with me. Now, our contract is complete.
Look at Shirou, Kiritsugu's adopted son. He's looking pretty well, other than the huge bloody gash coming out of him, but yeah. And I'm doing the British accent. Yeah, the contract has been completed, but she chose me as her master. I'm sure I swore to help her too. The moonlight still lights up the darkness. As if following the night's example, the shed again falls silent. Time has stopped. Yeah, I doubt that. The scene lasts less than a second. But I'm sure I'll remember this scene vividly, even when I've gone to hell. Why are you going to hell again? Shirou, what did you do? The face slightly turned. The quiet green eyes. The instant becomes an eternity. Blue outfit symbolizing her sways in the wind. A faint blue light filters in. The golden hair shines in the moonlight. That's not really faint blue light. It's more like obvious. Fate. Do I have to press a button? I do. This is a story from 10 years ago. Fate Zero? I'm watching someone I know very well. A tall man with a deep-featured face, who to my knowledge has never told a joke, is patting my head. No, that's not quite right. I guess he doesn't know how much strength to use, so to be more accurate, he's grabbing my head and mashing it around. I guess that's only to be expected. After all, it's the first time he's ever patted my head. That's kind of sad if that's your father or something. That's Rin! And I assume Tokiomi. I'll have to get going now. You know what to do now, right? Yeah? I answer the deep voice with a polite, yes! The man patting my head nods once, lets go, and stands up. So, that was it. If I'd known then that it was our final moment together, I would have made him laugh with my best jokes. I'd practiced telling jokes a lot and hope I could bring a smile to his grave face. I guess you could say I was sad that I couldn't tell him any of them. That is so cute. Get that stupid text box out of the way. There we go. That is so cute. That makes me want to have a daughter. That's so cute. Put the association in your debt by the time you mature. I'll let you decide what to do after that. You should be able to take care of yourself. No. What are you talking about, dude? Even though he said such things, I guess he was still worried. He told me about the heirloom jewels, the jewels inherited from the master, and how to manage the basement. No. I know she could fend off Gilles de Rey, alright, as an 8-year-old, but this is still a lot to manage. Unrealistic expectations for an 8-year-old, I'm sorry, dude. As he was telling me all the things I didn't yet know, I realized even as a child that most likely he wouldn't be coming back. And good riddance, because he's an idiot. War had started. Not a war between countries, but a war between people. But the only ones at war were 7 people. In a situation like this, the word war should be unsuitable, but here it's a different story as the ones in conflict are magi. The 7 magi, each from a different faction, had started to compete for unknown reasons and killed each other in unknown ways. Well, I know some of them. The man standing before me was one of them. He too was in a position to kill or be killed, and in this case killed. He must have known more keenly than I did that his time was near. Rin, the Holy Grail will appear eventually. It is our duty as a Tosaka family to win it. More importantly, if you want to be a magus, you can't avoid it. Once more, he patted my head and left. That was the end. No, how about you actually be a father for once? This is why all the stupid magi people are dumb. Like, glory of the mages. No, how about you don't sell your daughter off? And ruin this one too. That was the last time I saw the man who entered the Holy Grail War as a master and died. The man who was my teacher as well as my father. Yeah, maybe you should be a father first, teacher second, idiot. What a pathetic whelp. Sorry for raging.
Take care, Father.
I see him off politely. I knew I was on the verge of crying, but I shed no tears. I loved him. He was a great father and a great magus. Among magi, there are only obstinate people. In the whole world, I don't think anyone had a better character than his. Small sample size, Rin. He taught me as a teacher and loved me as a father. Other way around would be better. That's why I decided to choose my path according to what he left me in the end. Rin, the Holy Grail will appear eventually. It is our duty as a Tosaka family to win it. More importantly, if you want to be a magus, you can't avoid it. In the end, he left me those words as a magus, not as a father, because he sucks. That is why at that moment, my path was determined.
Alright, I'll do my best to be a proper magus.
It's so natural for a student to follow the words of their teacher. Since then, through many twists and turns, I, Rin Tosaka, have matured. It's been 10 years since the winter day on which my father went to war. I haven't exactly been waiting for this moment, but I am excited. It's only natural. The event I've never forgotten about is about to start. 31st of January of some unknown year, but I assume it's 2004, considering 10 years after 1994 makes a lot of sense. Something is ringing. Bring, bring.
Shut up, stop it.
The sound doesn't stop. Yeah, because it's not an Alexa device, okay? You're not going to get it to stop with a voice command. It rings loudly as if I'm an enemy.
What? Come on, I was up late last night, so...
It should let me sleep in a bit longer. No, it has to let me sleep in. I was deciphering my father's will until early this morning, and I've used up too much magical energy. In other words, my mind and body are dead tired.
Ah, you're really stubborn.
Bring. The alarm clock doesn't speak my language, nor does it speak any language. By the way, actually, maybe I should get to the point where this alarm clock is not yelling my ear off. So why does the ringing sound like it's telling me you're going to be late?
Late? Being late is bad.
No, that depends on the situation. I'm a good student, but maybe I can get to school at the last moment just for today.
That's right. I set the alarm 30 minutes early, so I should be able to sleep for 30 minutes more.
Huh? Isn't that strange?
Set it 30 minutes early?
I look at the alarm clock drowsily. The clock is pointing exactly at 7. I usually get up at 6:30, so the spare 30 minutes have already been used up. Oh, why can't I think when I wake up? I stare at the alarm clock for several seconds. How about you click it to shut it up? Shutting it off, I decide to get out of bed. Well, Reem, before you decide to roll out of bed, I want to show everyone something. Your interior house design is beautiful. This is my kind of interior house design. Dude, a grandfather clock would be perfect in this room. That's all I'm saying. Time to stop rambling about stupid grandfather clocks, but if you guys continue to watch me, you'll learn how much I love them. Passing through the cold hallway, I enter the cold living room. It's 7 o'clock on the last day of January. Fuyuki City is usually pretty warm in the winter, but this morning it's as cold as any other city. I can even see my breath indoors, and on top of that, there's no one else in the house to warm it up.
Heater.
Turning on the heater, I head to the bathroom. At times like this, living on your own is inconvenient. Your first world problems, Reen. You're in a palace. Forget it. If there were someone to wake up before me, the living room would be warm by now. Just get a blanket. Just walk around with a blanket around you. Seriously. I wash my face at the sink. I brush my long hair and get ready. A cold morning, a cold sink. The only advantage is that the cold water clears your sleepiness completely. True. Though I do like taking cold showers at night, I find that better. I tie my ribbon and I'm all ready. All I have to do is eat breakfast and head out. Looking at the clock, it's only a bit past 7, and I'm a bit disappointed. By the way, you don't have to warm up your house, or anything, if you're just gonna eat breakfast and get out. What a waste of energy. I need it to be warm when I wake up. No, you don't.
Guess I don't have to run after all.
Then again, I would never do anything as clumsy as running to school anyway. Why not? It is the custom of the Tosaka family to act with composure and elegance at all times, of course. As we stare into the abyss, taking a custom like that seriously must mean that my family originated from a very high-class background indeed. Look at this. What even is that? Okay. Owning this old Western-styled mansion is proof of that, and on top of it, the Tosaka family is a bloodline of sorcerers able to use the power of quote-unquote magic. If you're talking about age, our family has an ancient history. I really don't need to hear about it, I don't care.
Well, it's not something I could brag about.
Actually, I can't speak openly about it at all. Well, there's nothing to even brag about in the first place, so what's up? Oh, by the way, I, Rin Tosaka, am a magus. Who can I brag to like that? Nobody. Magic is just what it sounds like. Magic, wow. Circular reasoning there. I don't care if you get ideas like abracadabra or whatever. You can just think of us as people who do strange things by casting spells. And getting in trouble while doing it, as you rightfully should, because it's stupid. Though it's not like we fly around on brooms or make stars appear with a wave of a wand. Well, we could do that, but we don't bother as it's kind of meaningless. I don't think flying is very meaningless, but you do you, Reen. Seems so dumb to me. We're basically heretics who hide ourselves from the world. We're prohibited from standing out, and even if we weren't, we would rather be at home studying magic. Yeah, kinda sounds like a no life you got there. On top of that, the word sorcerer is completely inaccurate. Oh, I apologize. To be precise, there are only 5 sorcerers in the world? Okay, so they're making up distinctions here. Things no one can do, things beyond the ability of modern science. The ones who can make such quote-unquote miracles are the ones we call sorcerers. Miracles that can never be achieved, regardless of time or effort. Those we call sorcery. Yeah, but that could just be demonic. Those things that are mysterious, but achievable with time and effort, those we call magic. They're literally all synonyms of the same thing. Sage, magician, diviner, they're all the same thing, Reed. That's why what I do is called magic rather than sorcery. Oh, you're not high level enough. It's complicated, but that's how it is, so just accept it. Is that the game's way of telling me they don't have a good enough explanation in place? Give me an example of sorcery. Do it. To be honest, the modern world doesn't recognize the existence of magi. As we believe, control, and learn things that are immeasurable, our existence is incompatible with the modern world. Well, let me just tell you this. Matthew 2. How about that? Oh, the magi are recognized. The 3 wise men. Epiphany. Hello. Because it's kind of meaningless. By the way, I found the sorcerers, guys, as the 3 wise men. Going to a normal school and becoming a normal adult will bring you far more happiness than studying magic. I wonder why. Human technology is great. In the past few hundred years, it has been leading the way ahead of magic. Nothing is impossible for humans, that's a lie. The miracles once only possible through magic are now quote-unquote tools and not miraculous at all. Still, magic has its good points. Just as there are things possible only through science, there are also things possible only through magic. I doubt it. It was a master of the Tosaka family who said that if science is moving toward the future, magic is moving toward the past. Maybe because ancient evil rituals are not progress. Something about the past and the future ending up at the same place, everything always running toward the 0 point. 0? Fade 0? I'll stop, sorry. Let's put off all these difficult discussions. They should wait until we're old. Why? Why not figure it out now? Of course not. Finishing breakfast, I grab my bag.
Oh yeah, I should bring the pendant.
I don't really want to take the thing to school, but it'd be a waste just to leave it here.
This thing is 100 years old after all. It's by far the greatest jewel in the house.
Then why bring it? No, that's an understatement. It's much stronger than that. Why would you bring this to school? Okay, get rich quick. Just rob Breen. That's all you gotta do. It's that easy. I found this after decoding Father's will last night. It contains the equivalent of 10 years of my magical energy. That's even more reason not to bring it to school. You have a nuke. They were said to be an heirloom, and this might well be it. They don't say. We, the Magi of Tosaka, are skilled at the transformation of power. We put our magical energy into jewels whenever we have free time. To put it simply, the jewels are bullets, and we are the gun. Those are some pretty strong bullets. It's kind of scary. The only other thing I could say I received from my father is the magic crest of the Tosaka family engraved on my left arm. In essence, this is the proof of the successor, and it's like a tattoo that condenses all the inherited magic of the Tosaka family.
It hasn't started yet, but I guess it doesn't hurt to be careful.
I put the pendant, which can now be said to be my father's memento, into my pocket.
This is the last resort. Pretty much anything is possible with the magical energy contained in this.
It's 7:30. I should get going, or I'll be late for school. You're gonna be late for school anyway because you refuse to run like an idiot. What? We're speaking German?
Schließung. Wer waffen sei?
I tried. I weave my words with magical energy quickly. Being a magus, I can't let my guard down when leaving my house. Even though there's never been a single robber, wandering child, nor a stray cat. And I don't think my neighbor has ever come to say hello either. Why would he? Or she?
Well, I don't really care, but not even a stray cat? What's up with that?
I look up at the mansion I've grown so accustomed to over the years. Fuyuki is certainly a strange city with many Western-styled houses on this side of town, and an area full of Japanese-styled houses just beyond the intersection. I guess it's because many foreign families came to live here a long time ago. But even so, I don't see many foreigners around here now. There's a foreigner cemetery in the new city across the river, but it only has the graves of the first generation of families.
Maybe the soil of Japan didn't suit them.
I'll go to the church and ask the priest sometime. Woo! Let's go! Let's go! That's exactly what you should do. That's exactly what we should do. See Kirei. Let's go. He knows about lots of boring things. Oh, shut up. He also knows boring things like how to kill your father. How do you feel about that? Okay, I'll shut up. I just want to see him. Huh? Stepping outside, I feel a certain incongruity.
What's up? It's quieter than usual.
It's especially quiet with no sense of the morning's noisiness. I'm the noise right now. At 7:30, the street should be filled with students going to school and people going to work. Well, there's not, for one thing. But that's a pretty good incline trail right there. Pretty good legwork, don't you think?
Well, I guess there are days like this.
Perhaps everyone slept in today. Looks like it. It's unusually cold, so I bet everyone's still wrapped up in their warm beds. Yeah, cold builds character, so explains why no one's out. But actually, in my history of work, more people go out when it's cold. It's kind of odd. I think it's just because people don't want to stay in their houses. They feel like they'll go insane. Lack of contentment, everyone. Don't have that.
But even so...
It's strange that I haven't seen even one student so far. Well, you did mess up your clock, so I'm surprised you're not actually prepared for that. At 7:30, you can usually see people in uniform here and there. But I'm the only person at the school gates, and it looks like the clubs are just starting their morning practice. Morning practice? In other words, the only explanation is... schools do not have morning practice, from my experience. That would have been so much better in my time, and also I'm gonna have to wing this girl's voice.
Oh, Tosaka, you're up early today.
Yes, I am.
As I suspected.
With a small sigh, I turned to the girl who addressed me.
Morning. It really is cold today, huh?
Because you're wearing a thin shirt! This girl, speaking so frankly, is Aiko Mitsuzuri. I'm gonna read it the other way. I do not care. She's my classmate in Class 2A, and there are a lot of stories about her. What kind? That's not a good thing.
Good morning, Mitsuzuri-san. Please excuse the abrupt question, but do you know what time it is?
Huh? It's almost 7. Are you still asleep?
I think she is. She waves her hand in front of me, wondering if I'm alright. I don't think she is. I don't think Reen's alright. She's one of the few friends who knows I am not a morning person. In other words, she thinks I'm not fully awake yet. Not like she knows it, you're like wandering around like a zombie.
I guess the clocks at my house were an hour fast. All of them.
If I were her, this would sound like such a fabrication. Really would.
Not just my alarm clock, but the wall clocks as well.
Really? Just what's going on here? It's magic. Duh. Did Father arrange for all the clocks to go mad when the pendant was removed from the basement? Sounds like something Tokiyama might do.
Tosaka?
Don't worry, it's nothing. Anyways,
Anyways,
are you after morning practice as usual?
star student, but apparently not in grammar.
Yeah, the archery club has lots of problem students and one good member quit, so I have to get them to look good to attract the new freshmen in April.
No one's gonna care about that. They're just gonna join for what they want.
I see. There's always something to worry about, isn't there?
You could say that since it's none of your concern. Oh, do you want to come? The guys will love it if you come and watch.
I don't know if that's a good idea. For Reen, no.
Archery club, huh?
I have 3 acquaintances in the archery club. One is Aiko, the person before me right now, and the other 2 are people I barely talk to. Not a good start. And for one of those 2, the word acquaintance doesn't really suffice, so basically 2. I became friends with Aiko because I had been watching the archery club from afar. Well, why have you been doing that?
Alright, I'll go if all I have to do is watch. I have nothing else to do this early anyways.
Anyways!
Great, let's go right now then.
Yes, ma'am. Alright. Oh, look at this place. The impressive archery range is one of our school's outstanding aspects. Perhaps the director is just interested in archery, but the range is too much fancy for a mere school club. You can see that. High budget.
Come on, there's still time before practice, so let's go in and have some tea.
Happy about something, Aiko drags me in by the hand. It's a bad habit of hers. She talks like a guy when she's expressing her true feelings. What? Talks like a guy? You mean just being forthcoming? This is the problem. Do people actually think like this, that women should not be forthcoming? Maybe that's why it's so hard. It's like who said there's no one in here. While sipping hot tea, we prepare for today's class. The tea tastes really good in this open winter environment. I bet. This is a dream. I'd be elated if I had this in high school. Before school, sipping tea in the cold winter air with a friend. This is awesome. Take it while you got it, Rain.
Well, I'll come straight to the point. How's it going, Tosaka? Have you found a reliable partner yet?
What a personal question. So, as there's no one else around, Aiko comes straight out and asks me a ridiculous question.
Huh? That's a really direct way of asking. Judging from your tone of voice, you've already found yours?
And she might have, she's not terrible looking.
No comment. I'm going to keep it a secret until you tell me. So what's going on? Looking at your tired face, I feel like I'm right.
I mean, she could be getting beaten up.
Another no comment, but you probably see through my lies. Unfortunately, not yet on my part. How about you? I assume you don't have time to take it easy either.
True, but things aren't looking good for me. I could get one right away, but it's not that kind of matter, you know? Our future depends on this, so I can't just compromise.
True. Obviously.
I see. So you don't want to choose hastily and lose to me?
Ah, yes.
Of course not. The important part is making you lose. What I get comes second.
What? Jokester, didn't you just say it's not that kind of matter? She laughs boldly.
We really are alike.
Clowns.
Yeah, when we first met, I warned you we'd have this kind of relationship.
Yes, she did indeed. I was certainly surprised when at our first meeting she said, we'll probably end up with a killer-be-killed relationship. Well, hopefully that doesn't mean Grail War. Or in other words, unless we go all out against each other, we'll never really be friends. I agreed with her on that, and that's why we've had a friend or foe relationship for 2 years. I actually like that kind of friendship.
By the way, why are we talking about this?
Why? You're the one who started it, Tosaka. Is she? You said there's something wrong with a woman never having a boyfriend, so we decided to see which of us could get a boyfriend before the 3rd year.
Have you ever heard of celibacy?
Oh yeah, just tit for tat, I suppose. And did we say the loser would obey the winner for a day?
What a stupid bet.
Right, even kids don't make promises like that nowadays. But it's not like we're sore losers.
You might be.
Whatever the result, the loser will obediently follow the winner's orders. Just thinking about it gets me excited.
Unless you're a sicko that needs to be put down, you shouldn't be too excited. I mean, it'll get old very fast, before the day even ends. Aiko laughs. Honestly, she's so serious about this. Aiko Mitsuzuri is such a difficult person to deal with. You guys are mirror images of each other! Though, I can't wait to beat Aiko either, so neither of us are people you want to deal with.
I see, but Mitsuzuri-san, it's fine to enjoy yourself, but you should take care not to get your objectives wrong. You know that's not the only point of the contest, don't you?
Reen is the one saying this? Yes, like love, that matters.
I know, I can't call it a complete victory unless I beat you with a relationship you would really be jealous of.
Oh yes, that's the goal.
Well, that's the biggest problem for us. No matter how good a guy is, there's no point if we can't bring ourselves to love him.
1 + 1 is 2, Aiko! Yes. Aiko sighs heavily. To my knowledge, Aiko Mitsuzuri is said to hate men. Why did she agree to the bet then? Rumors are never to be trusted, however. As she suggested this match, rather than hating men, I think she just didn't have a chance. She doesn't look bad or anything. But that aside.
Hold it. What do you mean, us? I'll say it right now, but I'm not cold-hearted like you. I'd have no problem loving a guy.
Oh, that's a lie. Or you're fooling yourself. There's no way you'd ever be concerned about a guy. You've never given one good response to any of the confessions made to you. If you had even the slightest interest, you'd think of going out with them, but you keep declining, so it must mean you're not interested in men.
What? Did she forget that there are people who are ascetics, monks, nuns, just people with ambition looking for their careers? Or maybe she already likes someone. How about that? How about any of those?
You're not thinking enough. Couldn't we say I'm declining because I already have someone I like?
Boom! Boom! In an instant, Rin and I are on the same wavelength.
Wow, that's a good answer. I like that. It's romantic.
It actually is pretty romantic. I gotta give Rin many points for that. Ayako nods seriously, not making fun of me. You better not. Might I remind her we're in a kill-or-be-killed relationship, so just want to put that out there. Her sigh says, wouldn't it be nice if that was the case? I really can't keep anything from her.
You're right. I think so too.
Thanks, Dora. Well, it's exactly as she says. I know myself how cold I am.
I admit, I know nothing when it comes to love and relationships.
Exactly. You're the one who said we're alike. Oh, it's almost 7. Let's leave the secret talk there. You never know when someone might walk in on us, and we should act like proper students.
Well, I never knew you had social manners like that. It was worth getting up early just to hear that.
This banter never ends.
Not so much as you. My social manners are nothing compared to yours. You hide yourself so much it almost seems like you're a different person.
Well, she is a mage, so hiding a lot. Aiko gives an exaggerated sigh.
Both of the teas she made are now empty. It is my turn to make it.
Wait, we're making more tea? It's gonna be awkward when someone walks in and we're like, you're not invited.
So, why don't you join a club, Tosaka? I won't listen to any lies about not having the athletic ability. I'm so bitter that I lost you in all aspects in last year's physical testing.
She cheated. She used magecraft.
Oh, but you beat me in lung capacity and also in weight.
In weight? That's ambiguous, and I don't think she's gonna like that at all.
Alright, I'm 3 kilograms heavier than you.
Did she get smacked? I hope she did.
Hey, being heavier isn't something to be happy about, you fox.
That's how you know this game's old. She called her a sly fox. Ayako slams on the table. So she didn't hit Rin on the head. That sucks.
Be careful, you might spill the tea, Mitsuzuri-san. You're the captain, so you should treat this place with care.
Shut up. I'm your rival first and the captain of this place second. Naturally, if there are no members around, I'll go after you.
Keep losing her voice. Aiko looks at me with narrowed eyes. This girl has her own sense of beauty, and she always says, beautiful people have to do some kind of martial arts. Well, for self-defense maybe, but otherwise no. It's not true. She's a bold person experienced in most martial arts. Well, that's why she says it. Of course. She joined the archery club with no experience and is now the captain as if it were only natural. She's probably one of the top 3 people in the school you should never disobey regardless of gender. Disobey?
Oh, isn't it a problem to claim you're not the captain if there are no members around?
Of course not. I'm the captain in name only, so all I could do is keep an eye on the problem members. There are people better than me, so it's not a very dignified captaincy.
That is not true. I'm gonna go on a mini rant. This is not true. I've been captain before in ice hockey. You do not need to be the best player. You need to be able to calm your team down when they need to be calmed down, rile them up when they need to be riled up, and control the game, and be knowledgeable, and talk to your teammates. That's it. But sometimes it overlaps. That's when you get the best captains, if they're skilled and they have the leadership. But this is not true.
Really? But Fujimura-sensei says your skills are outstanding.
Well, if she says so, that gives me some confidence. Yeah, I guess it's no good to think about people who don't come here anymore. Yeah, if Fujimura-sensei said that, I guess I should take being captain more seriously.
No duh.
That's right. Speaking of which, it's almost time for the club members to arrive, right? I'll get going, but you stay and be a good captain.
What? You're not going to stay and watch?
No. Why would I?
I wouldn't understand. Watching from a distance is fine, but outsiders shouldn't be in the range, should they?
Not unless they want to get shot. Well, she disappeared. Just as I rise, someone enters the range. Really? So those blood-sucking bugs or what?
Blood-sucking vampire bugs.
Sent from
Soken mato. Oh.
They didn't get the job done? You know I'm joking, but she does seem to be better off than I expected based on her circumstances leaving Alpha Fate Zero, so she might be depressed, maybe not. Who knows?
Good morning, Captain.
Morning, Mato. You're alone this morning?
Yes, I'm sorry couldn't be of help.
So her name's officially Mato.
Nah, it's okay. If he doesn't want to come, there's no point forcing him to.
Zolken! Aiko addresses the club member who just entered.
Well, I'll be going. See you later, Mitsuzuri-san.
Yeah, see you later, Tosaka.
Thank you for coming, Tosaka-senpai.
Oh, I'm gonna hate this voice.
Thanks, you take care too, Sakura. I just couldn't miss my emotional disaster traumatic sister.
I leave the range, trying not to interrupt them. Who are you? Hello, blueberry head, algae.
Tosaka, good morning. I'm lucky to see you so early.
Bad luck. I've run into someone I don't want to see. He's so happy, though. I think he likes Rin. You're not getting any further.
Good morning, Mato-kun. You're early today.
Of course. As the captain,
You're not the captain.
I have to come early as an example to others.
The smiling guy is Shinji Mato of Class 2C. Mato is the vice captain of the archery club and owner of the hearts of half the girls in this school. How? By growing algae on his head? Kind of an idol, good looking, good grades, sociable, and kind to girls. Maybe. I'm not too well informed in such areas, so I've only heard all this from my classmates. Well, it could also be untrue, just like your friend is accused of not liking boys.
Really? I'm sorry to interrupt your good mood, but you're missing a word, Mato-kun. An important word, so I don't think you should forget it.
What do you mean, missing a word?
You're missing the vice part, Vice Captain. You should watch out. It makes no difference whether you're the captain or the vice captain, but if you put a lot of weight on it, people might think you're concerned about it, right?
Maybe a little bit. Who cares?
You're right. I'll be careful from now on. Thank you, Tosaka.
Oh, wow. You actually accepted it.
I've done nothing to earn your thanks, but I guess it doesn't matter if you think otherwise.
Bidding him goodbye, I leave the range.
Hold on. You came to watch, right?
And you should stay and watch. You're very welcome here. I have other things to do.
I'd rather not. I don't want to interrupt the practice.
Don't worry about that. If anyone's bothering you, I'll just kick them out. So come on in for a while.
No, I don't want to.
I'm saying I don't want to be a bother. Besides, it's not like I'm interested in archery. I don't like watching people I don't know practicing.
What? You don't have any interest in archery? Oh, so that's why you were watching us after school.
I don't know what he thinks the reason was, but he's undoubtedly making a big misunderstanding. Actually, I think you're creating the misunderstanding, Rin. It's pretty obvious you're watching someone in there. He thinks it's him.
Oh, so you knew, Mato-kun?
Yeah, our eyes met many times, yours and mine. After I shot, you would always be looking at me, right?
No. Do not set yourself up for this insane failure, buddy.
I wanted to call out to you, but it's the rules, you know? We can't raise our voice on the range.
Back up, buddy. As if happy about something, Shinji moves in closer to me. Absolutely not. Get your blue mold away from me. His smile carries a sense of superiority.
I guess I misunderstood. I thought you liked archery, but you actually have no interest in it, right? So why were you watching the range?
Well, why did the text disappear, Shinji? That's the more important question. Nothing to say. Oh, I see now. Slow on the uptake. Yes, the conversation could certainly have been taken that way.
Can you move away, Mato-kun? I really don't like people coming so close to me.
Tosaka, what?
Honestly, it seems you still don't understand. It's not my style. but I'll put it in terms even you can understand. Mato-kun, I'm saying I have even less interest in you than in archery. Frankly, I never even knew you were in the range, and I'm not about to start looking out for you now either.
It's time to retire.
What?
I can see how you misinterpreted it, but it's not time to take your shot. You don't know her that well. As if I've angered him, he reaches out for me violently. Oh, okay. No misinterpreting that. I easily avoid it and turn my back on him. Oh, this guy. He's done. He's done.
Goodbye, Mato-kun. It's good to have some ego, but you shouldn't let it grow too large like that blueberry on your head.
Tosaka, you!
He sounds like he wants to say more, but it doesn't seem like he's going to scream or come after me. Well, good. He really is all show. Did you want him to show you sexual harassment? If he was just a little bit more mature, he wouldn't be so much trouble for the people around him. I think we could say that about you too, Reen. Just a little bit. From the back of the school where the archery range is based, I enter the school building. It's past 7, but I can't see anyone in the hallway. I think we've established this before school. Who are you? Should I wing it or should I look up the voice? I will.
Oh, Tosaka-san! Good morning, Fujimura-senpai. Sensei! Yes, good morning, Tosaka-san. I'm so happy you greeted me properly.
Oh, I almost didn't. The strange woman seems to be crying of happiness. Wow. It's hard to believe, but this person of surpassing friendliness and cheerfulness is a teacher at this school. It was surprising.
Sensei, is there a way to greet you improperly?
Like her first name?
Of course there is. First years always greet me properly, but the older ones never greet me by my last name.
Oh, that's right.
You shouldn't copy the rudeness, okay? I don't really understand, but I won't be rude to you, Sensei. Good girl. Oh, I wish everyone was as good as you, Tosaka-san.
I don't know if she's good. Fujimura-sensei waves goodbye and leaves. That's all she had? Fortunately, she isn't my homeroom teacher. Fortunately. Fujimura-sensei teaches English. She has such a kind face, but she also has a black belt in kendo, and I hear she was respected as the Tiger Fuyuki in her student days. That sounds pretty important, though that's a bit strange. Wouldn't a tiger normally be feared, not respected? Why not both? Apparently in a good mood, Fujimura-sensei heads for the archery range. For some reason, she's in charge of the archery club and not the kendo club. Well, she could be good at one thing and like the other thing more. It's almost 7:30. I could see a few students doing club activities outside. No, I can't, but there's no sign of anyone in the school building. But still. I'm gonna give you a generic voice. I'm sorry, buddy. I bump into someone who greets me rudely. Really?
Oh, student president, are you patrolling the school building this early in the morning? Or perhaps taking care of the club rooms? Not that I care, but you're certainly diligent.
It's his job.
Huh? What are you planning? What are you doing here? You're not in any clubs.
I just felt like it. I don't get up early like your family does, Ryudo-kun.
Ryudo? Like Ryudo Temple? The student president makes an unhappy face. For some reason, I seem to be his enemy. I wonder why. I really don't know why. Perhaps it's just because I said, skip the temples, they're boring, in a meeting to plan for the field trip. Yeah, Ryudo Temple! Perhaps. Yeah, you just trashed his home and said, it's not a destination worth going towards. I wonder. Let me ask you a question, Tosaka. Have you been staying at school until late at night recently?
Nope. You should know I always go straight home, Ryudo-kun.
Of course. This is my job, so naturally I know about everyone. That's not how it works.
I see. So you don't even have to ask, right? I don't know why you're asking, but isn't it bad to force student council jobs onto outsiders? You should collect some information on your own. Don't rely on outsiders like me.
Idiot, how are you an outsider? I don't know, I'm giving him this voice. Don't think I don't know how you worked your evil deeds on our treasurer, you fox! Everyone calls each other a fox.
Oh, you misunderstand. I was merely working out how much each club should receive because Mitsuzuri-san asked me to. I think it's only right for students to take an interest in where their money is going.
This is true. How could damaging a treasure's psyche enough to keep him off school for a week be only right for any student? As always, I'm amazed by your way of thinking.
Same to you. You should keep a watch on those under you.
What did you do to them?
It's not fair to favor the non-sporting clubs.
It's true. I know that. That's why I had intended to deal with the matter myself. Shirou! Fate 0. Issei, the repairs are done. And then, a guy appears who I didn't expect to find here. He goes to your school. You didn't expect it? What? Sorry, Emiya. I'm the one who asked for help, but it seems like you're doing all the work. Forgive me. Don't worry about it. So where's next? There's not much time left. Yeah, the AV room is next. It seems it's been working badly for a while, but it finally died. It can't be fixed if it's dead. It would be quicker to just buy a new one. True, but it'd help if you could take a look at it. It might be dead to my eyes, but only faking it to yours. I see. Well, let's take a look. The student president leaves with the male student. My thoughts have stopped at this sudden event. Sudden event? Yeah, we get it. You like Shirou. The guy with wrenches and spanners in hand turns back as if remembering something. You're up early, Tosaka. And with that, he leaves. I thought I had bad interactions with girls in high school. Was that supposed to be a greeting? I don't know. The student whom the president called Emiya leaves quickly. Emiya. That would be Emiya Shirou from Class 2C.
That's fine, but...
How can I put it? I just think it's hard to tell whether a guy who looks at home holding a wrench is useful or scary. Like 99% of the time, useful. Psychopath scary, yes, maybe, probably, maybe. It's 7:30 in the morning, and there's no one in Class 2A. It's finally 7:30. I sit at my desk and work on a few math problems. Okay, I'm back. What are 4 bags doing here? Who leaves their bags in the classroom? If you're raising your hand right now, put it down, right now. I do like the TV, though. It's pretty high-tech for 2004. There's 30 minutes until homeroom. I guess I'll just be bored until my classmates arrive. Or you could do math problems. Didn't you say you were going to do math problems? I thought that's exactly what you were going to do. 4th period ends and the noisy lunch break begins. How can it be noisy when we've seen like 6 people in the whole school? Our school has a cafeteria, but half the students stay in the classroom. Half. I'm not going to count. Actually, most of the ones who stay are girls. Yes, there's still no one there. The cafeteria food is rather roughly made, so girls tend to dislike it, and as a result, we found 1 student. Wow.
Tosaka-san, would you like to have lunch with us?
No. Girl A, if it were up to me, I would be summoning my servant right now, not talking to you about lunch. By the way, they mentioned, oh, it's roughly made, so girls go away from it. I'm a dude, I don't want to eat that trash. I don't want my steroid cow fed milk carton with my sucralose sports drink in my, like, pesticide chicken. Girls end up eating lunch together like this. Yes, just us.
Thank you, Saigusa-san. But I'm afraid I'm eating lunch at the cafeteria today. I slept in this morning and didn't have time to make lunch.
First world problems, just like the heater.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry to invite you without realizing that. I guess I'm being a bother.
I mean, you are delaying us getting to our servant, so yeah. Saigusa-san looks downcast as if apologizing. You should. She's one of the calmest in a class full of calm students, and a kind person who cares about me for some reason.
I don't think so. It just happened that way today, so don't worry about it. Please ask me again tomorrow.
Please don't! I smile at her from the bottom of my heart. Do you?
Oh yes, I guess even you sleep in from time to time.
My smile must have relaxed her as she returns it with her own. Her smile is cute. Observant, are we? Saigusa Yukika-san isn't the most beautiful person. Wow. But her smile warms the hearts of everyone around her. Wow. What a backhand. Sorry, that is cruel.
Yes, that's right. I try not to let it show, but I actually sleep in quite often. I'm not in any clubs because I can't get up in the morning. Plural.
Saigusa-san's expression reveals her surprise. Her presence really relaxes me, but I can't just have fun talking. Why not? If I keep talking to people like this, I'm bound to reveal my true self. What does that mean?
Well, I'm off to the cafeteria. Enjoy your lunch, Saigusa-san. You'll never know my true self. Yes, you too, Tosaka-san.
We exchange a warm goodbye and she returns to her group of girls. It seems she's eating with Makadira-san and Himuro-san. So, girl B and girl C, yay! Please don't show up. Oh yeah, Saigusa-san is the manager of the track team. Really? Makadira and Himuro-san are the track team's hopefuls. Makadira is a friend I sometimes go window shopping with, but I don't know Himuro-san that well.
Oh, you were rejected, Yukichi? Didn't I tell you Tosaka wouldn't bring lunch? If you want to eat with her, you'll have to make her lunch too.
Ugh!
Maki, can't we just go to the cafeteria too then?
You look like a zombie, look at you. You have no sparkles in your eyes, no life.
No way. There isn't enough room in that place for people who bring their own lunches. And even if we did sit with Tosaka, the men's glares would be annoying.
They would be glaring at you to get out of the way. Just to be honest. To get out of the frame.
Like last vacation, we went to hang out together, but she's the only one who got any attention. Don't you just hate people who have to show off their beauty like that?
She's just living. Makadira speaks without thinking as the girls surround Saigusa-san's desk. All two of them. In contrast to her nasty mouth, she's a Japanese beauty who looks wonderful in a kimono.
Makinoji, I think Tosaka-sama can hear you.
You don't say. In contrast to Makadira's loudness, Himuro is a cool, steady type. I can tell.
Ugh, Tosaka heard that? She's really glaring at me. I don't think she's glaring at you, really.
Really? Really? I'm looking straight at you three. Just saying.
She is. She's scariest when she's smiling. Come on, take it easy, Tosaka. It's us we're talking about, right? I bought you taiyaki, remember?
Tosaka probably had like a million boys buying her lunch before. She waves her chopsticks, puffing out her cheeks. The knowledge that this girl's hobby is collecting wind chimes just show that the world is far too complex. That made no sense. Anyways, it's not good for Saigusa-san to keep watching this. She's panicking, seeing Makadira continually talking bad about me.
Don't worry, Saigusa-san. And Makadira-san, I'm the one who paid, and it was Klep, not Taiyaki. You should fix that habit of yours of changing the facts you remember, or I might have to reconsider things next time, okay?
Wow. But maybe she just didn't remember.
Ugh, that smile's really scary.
Makadira hides behind the lid of her lunchbox. What is she, 5? That's not gonna do anything. Saying goodbye to the three of them, I leave the classroom finally. I shut the door behind me. And then... Who's talking?
Come on, there's no big difference between Klep and Taiyaki. They're both just sweets wrapped up.
Let me guess, she'll make a big deal out of this for no reason? Don't do it. Makadira's words are ones no girl should ever speak.
I'm gonna kill you.
Is that what she's thinking right now? Something's wrong with Reen. She's got anger issues. She's got anger issues? What?
Taiyaki and Klep's the same?
Put your paint.net negative tool, invert color tool away, Reen. You shouldn't even have that. Is she really a girl? Are all sweets the same to her? Talk about making drama out of nothing. Perhaps she just has very convenient taste buds. I can't tell a 500 yen clip from a 80 yen taiyaki butt. Why you? I could have saved 420 blaze yen if I just bought you taiyaki to begin with. Big deal. First world problems.
Why am I getting mad about this? I don't know. You tell me.
I guess I'm still tired from last night. Maybe. The cafeteria would be too much effort, so I'll just get a drink and bread and eat on the roof. Eat on the roof? That's sick! I want this in high school. I buy lunch and head for the empty rooftop. This is such... Same thing as the archery range. Eating outside in the winter, before school, perfect. This, also perfect. It's a convenient location as no student would come near it in the wintertime.